It's time for round 3 of swapping glue. Come see what I create. Hello everyone, it's Jennifer. Thank you for stopping by Scrapbooks and Memories. Today is hashtag swap and glue. It is hosted by Creating with Jovi. Thank you, Jovi, for hosting this swap and glue challenge. You and a friend can swap at least 10 magazine pages together, and you have to create a collage with what was sent to you in the envelope only. So this first envelope here that I'm going to be using is from Jovi. Thank you so much, Jovi. I've been swapping with her for the past 2 months. It started in January, and so I've been having so much fun receiving everyone's envelopes and trying to come up with a collage layout from what's inside. It really sparks your creativity and gets you to think outside the box, especially when you have to only use what was sent to you, which I think that's the fun part of the challenge. So I'm just putting aside some pages I think I'm going to want to use. I really love that kitty cat. Super cute. It reminds me of my pet Fang. And so I'm going to put these aside and we are just going to start to glue down. This is a really pretty night scene in the city image. So I know I wanted to use that. Get y'all in the middle here so you can see better. And I'm just going to basically be tearing. Sometimes I use my scissors, but most of the time I'm just tearing these pages. I really love this flower here, this flower page. And I'm just going to play around with different orientations of how I want it to go. I do that a lot. I fiddle a lot when I collage. I might have an idea of where I want it to go, and then I might change my mind. Like with this cord here, I thought it would go really well with the colors, but then I didn't like it. Then I thought I was going to use the parrot, but then I didn't like it. I thought I was going to use the kitty cat too, but then it totally covered up my back scene. So I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. So now I have another idea. I'm going to try to find one of these little cards that fit, and we're going to fussy cut him out and get him down on this layout. And now I think I'm trying to envision what kind of little story can I do with this? Where am I going? And then I was like, oh, maybe he's going into the city, but for what reason? What is he going for? What is he doing? So I'm looking around and I want another piece of paper that kind of fill that white background right there. And I love when the paper most of the time isn't straight. I like to have some weird edges there just to give it a little bit more interest and see that bottom page kind of poke through. So I'm going to glue down this guy in his little car, and it kind of looks like he's going to be driving into the city. Now I'm thinking about, okay, why? Why is he driving in the city? I want to use this house for some reason. I want to use this butterfly just because I love butterflies. And I gotta have a butterfly on everything, just about. That and flowers. So maybe it's a night butterfly and it's flying up top, but I find it's too big there. I'm gonna put it on the bottom. And I'm thinking we need a saying, something to kind of tie what's going on, give you an idea of what's going on inside this collage, which is how I kind of use my phrases. So this one has something to say about embarking on a new adventure or something like that. Yes, I think that's what it says, embarking on a new adventure. I'm gonna glue it up top. And then I remembered, well, I could put that house I saw, and it'll be like he's leaving home and going into the city. Maybe he's leaving his family home that he's lived in for a while. You know, and it's time he wants to leave the countryside and go live in the big city with his fancy little muscle car there, and maybe he feels like he'll fit in better in the city. And it's a new adventure for him because he hasn't lived in the city before. So that's just like the little story I had going on my head when I was creating this layout. So thank you, Jovi, for sending me that envelope. Super fun. I loved it. Next up, this is an envelope from Rhonda at Junk Journal Diva. Thank you, Rhonda, for being my partner again this month. I've been having so much fun. You sent me some really fun images, and I really had an idea as soon as I started seeing some of these images. I had an idea of using the textured pieces for the background. I really love this one right here. This one is gorgeous. I'm using that. That one's a cool background piece too. Lovely. So many lovely ones. And then I found, ooh, look, The Hobbit, one of my favorites, J.R.R. Tolkien. Love those books. But I think I'm going to just eventually wind up using some pieces of this page for texture or appearance of texture. I like the designs on it. Really pretty. So I'm just going to wind up cutting the top off here. And we'll paper piece this one together with a few other papers. So isn't this image right here gorgeous? I love the woman in the image, and I also love this background texture design stuff going on in the back of her. So very pretty. So I'm going to be using both of them. We're just going to kind of see about how she's going to fit on there. I'm probably going to have to cut her down a little bit. But I do want to use some of this for background texture. And does it match with the rest? No, but that's the fun of it. Kind of mix and match. See where we go from here. She just looks so cool. I love her. So I'm just, rummaging through, trying to find something that's gonna go. When I wanted some more green, I thought I wanted more green, but then I was like, you know what? No, there's too much green with the other two strips. They have a lot of green in it. So I'm gonna pull this picture out here and just use the blue sky from it to give a little bit of contrast in color, the blue with the green, and then it also picks up the light blue on that other magazine background, which is really nice. And there we go with this background. Oh, I love how those pages just go together. They're so pretty. So let's see how we want to kind of put her off to the side. We don't have to cut much off of her, thank goodness. Just dab some glue around and make sure we get some on her neck there. And I love the contrast of like the old coloring of her with like the bright contrast of like the newer images in the back that aren't vintage. Then I'm gonna fiddle around with these leaves here. I thought they were super cute. I'm gonna fussy cut those out in a minute. I really want to put this book title because I feel like it kind of just goes with the vibe. It's kind of like a artsy type vibe I got going for this spread here. And I'm kind of liking those at the top, but when I fussy cut them out, they look kind of weird. And so I'm gonna just play around with those leaves until I find a way to use them that I like. So now I want to find a couple things to kind of finish this off and pull everything together. I got to find my sentiment, something that kind of brings it all together. And this one says second nature, which I'm not sure why I put that. But I'm guessing creativity comes second nature. We could go with that. Let's see. What else am I trying to find? I forget. Oh, yeah. I wanted to use another type of greenery. So I saw this tree. And so I'm going to cut out this tree. But then I really don't like the way, I don't know, I guess too big. I just don't like anywhere to put it. So I scrap it. I just chunk it. Boom, goodbye. And look how cute that spread is. So next is our last one. This one is from Penny at Penny's Crafty Creations. Look how cute. She put a little pocket in the front of hers. I didn't even think to do that. Lots of fun things in this package as well. Love it, love it, love it. At first, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I wanted to use this piece right there and some of those pieces I put to the side. But then I started seeing all these really gorgeous other pages and I was like, ooh. And then some of these I was like, ooh. But I wanted to save them for Halloween. I decided to save those for something fun to do with Halloween because I really love that page. And it wasn't working with what I had in mind. So we're going to use this page here with these pretty pinks in it. And we're just going to glue that down and a paper piece, a background together. I did have some challenge midway through with this one. I did get kind of stuck, so thank you for the challenge, Penny. But I'll talk you guys through it when we get there. So this is really starting to come together. I love this blue. I wanted some bold with some neutrals. I have my favorite pink and I thought pink goes with blue. And so I kind of just wanted to go ahead and add touches of blue in here and kind of brighten up this page a little bit more. Here's another strip of the beginning page that I started with. Always like to use at least two of the same and kind of balance them out throughout the page. Very cool. I love how that came out. Super cute. So now this was like when the trouble came. I was trying to find something I wanted to make the focal point with. I thought about using this lady, so I went ahead and fussy cut her out. And then she wound up being like, she took up too much of my page. And I really didn't want her to take up the whole page. It took time to lay down the paper piece, the background together. I want most of that to be able to come through. So I'm gonna cut her in half, just like so. And then I'm like, okay, so now I can see more of my background page, but now she's bare. So I was like, ooh, no, I'm not gonna use her. But then I go back to using her because there's not anything I'm really feeling. Like the gourds, I was going to use the green part, but then I decided no. The back of it had these really bright, pretty gourds that felt more springy, summerish than fall. And so I'm going to use that, fussy cut those out and glue that on top of her where her shirt is and kind of give like she's hiding behind these fruit. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know what you think, if it goes with this layout or not. This was just something I really is out my box. But I think it came out kind of cute, and you can still see, kind of separates her without it being so harsh, like of a cutoff point. And then you can still see the background like I wanted to. I think it's a win-win. Let me know what you guys think. I do want to use some of these tickets. Those are super cute. And then these really pretty crystal flowers, like diamond flowers that must be earrings or charms or brooches or something. But those are super cute, so I'm gonna cut out a couple of those and arrange them up there with the coupon, the little ticket. And look at me, I lost where I put my other little paper ad that had it on. Oh, there she is. I swear to God, sometimes I would lose my head if it wasn't stuck on. So I'm just gonna glue these down. And I think this came out really cute. While that's wrapping up, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I had a lot of fun doing these collages and I hope you enjoy too. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!